I was recently asked to complete my 5th disclosure and barring application, this time for the work I do at our local College of Further Education. I have no problem with this or health and safety regulations, as I totally agree with the need to protect the health and well-being of ourselves and those around us. But at times it does feel like we are overwhelmed by rules and regulations, and that there seems to be a policy or guideline controlling almost every aspect of our lives. It's not so much that I don't like rules. In fact, I appreciate the safety and guidance they provide for us, but I believe we sometimes might feel limited by them, particularly the don'ts and can'ts, the shouldn'ts and mustn'ts, that in some way they appear to restrict our freedom to make choices for ourselves about what is right and what is wrong. As I reflect on this, I think maybe what limits us is our overemphasis on what we shouldn't do, and what frees us is focusing more on what we should do. In today's readings, we hear about the importance of the laws that God handed down to us via Moses, and how Jesus came not to undo these laws, but to reinforce them. The 10 Commandments are the laws that guide our lives and form many of our shared values. Jesus emphasises the importance of living our lives in accordance with the 10 Commandments, and he teaches us how we can do this by giving us a new commandment, the commandment of love. To be truly free, he showed us that it is not enough just to avoid sin, but that we should be active in following his word. He gave us an action plan that would help us to live the commandments fully. When he gave us the Beatitudes, he removed the limitations we feel when we hear can't and don't, and instead inspires us to act to serve one another. We are not asked to give up everything, but to offer everything we do to God. God has given us the gift of free will, but to be truly free, we need to follow the guidance we have all been given and use these rules as an action plan to make our world a better place. So when we see rules and regulations, perhaps we should see what they are telling us we can do rather than can't do. During Lent, we can think not only about what we can't have or what we have given up, but even more so about what these offerings are telling us about what we can now do, what we can now give, and to let the light of Christ guide us to live our lives actively and fully in his word.